Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm obviously sitting down to film my September favorites, which guys, I know I've said this every single month, but September flew by the fastest for me. I was gone most of the month, traveling, and there's just a lot of things with family this month. So I can't believe that I'm already sitting down to film another favorites video. However, even though I was traveling quite a bit, I still was able to try out and find incredible products that I'm really excited to share with you guys. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Before I get into my products, I did want to touch on some news that we have all been hearing. I'm sure so many of you guys already know, but the beauty community lost an incredible, beautiful, talented soul this week, Mel Thompson. I actually have been subscribed to her channel for a long time. I never knew her personally. I wish I did. I felt like I knew her personally because she just seemed like such a kind and sweet and caring person in her videos. And it's shocking. I'm sure so many of you guys are going through the same emotions over this. I feel like it's not something that any of us can ever prepare for. Loss is something that always surprises us and devastates us. And so I did want to make sure to mention that because I know so many of you guys are people who are subscribed to her and follow her very closely. And I know so many of you guys are devastated and heartbroken. And my heart especially goes out to her husband and her kids, her family, of course. And, those in the beauty community who were close to her. It seems like she's such an amazing person. I've only heard incredible things about her from those who knew her. And then, people like me who didn't know her personally, I have nothing bad to say about her either. She just really was somebody who I really enjoyed watching her videos and felt very inspired and uplifted every time I sat down to watch her videos. So just wanted to mention that, you guys, we're all going through this together, and I hope that in the comments we can lift each other up and, hold each other's hands virtually and just kind of walk each other through this day by day. I just hope you know how much I love you guys, and I'm sure so many of you guys will be alongside with me in processing all of this and in just missing her, It's never easy, and it's going to take some time, I think, for all of us to process this. I think the wonderful thing about social media is that you don't have to actually know somebody personally to feel like you know somebody or have a relationship with them. And I feel like that's something that Mel did for so many people. And as devastating as all this is, how beautiful is it that she has a legacy that will live on through social media and through those videos that she films. She will live on forever in that way. And we can all continue to be inspired by her through her videos and through everything that she taught and everything that she reviewed and everything that she was. I'm just really grateful for that, So anyways, you guys, I just hope you know how much I love you and how much I'm reaching out to you guys. And I just wish I could hug each and every one of you who has been affected by this. I mean, we've all been affected by this, but I just know there's people out there who were subscribers of Mel for a long time and who were influenced by her and inspired by her. And to you all especially, I'm giving you a virtual hug. And again, to her family as well. So anyways, it's these moments in life that really make me personally realize how fragile life is and how important it is to be kind to others. I mean, she was such a great example of that, so supportive of everyone around her and so kind to everybody. Yeah, it's just a reminder to do what you love as well, because you could tell how much she loved filming videos and reviewing makeup. And I mean, she was so talented at it. So let's lift each other up in the comments today, and let's also lift our spirits by talking about some makeup. You guys know, I know makeup isn't the most serious thing in the world, but it's something that is therapeutic for me. It has gotten me through some of the hardest times in my life, and I'm sure it's the same for you guys. So hopefully, this video can be a little bit of a pick-me-up for you guys if you're going through anything at all. That's what I love about social media. That's what I love about YouTube, is it's a space where we can all just for a moment escape from the heartaches of the world and of life, just dabble in something a little bit more creative and something that just lifts us up, So yeah, I found some really, really good products this month. Other things I actually tried last month and didn't put them in a favorites video, or like a couple months ago as well. And I didn't put them in a favorites video, and then I started to reach for them a ton this month. And you'll recognize them as I go. The first product is actually that type of a product. If it would focus, here we go. It's the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Perfector 4-in-1 Glow Makeup. This is the longest title of a product I've ever heard, but this is something that I tried a while back. I did a whole review video, or yeah, it was a review, I guess. I tested this out against the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. It was supposed to be a dupe, so I tested it out. And in that video, I kind of said like, yes, this is really beautiful, but I personally was leaning toward the Charlotte Tilbury one. And it's so interesting because I love the Charlotte Tilbury one forever and always. I'm just obsessed with it. But I've been reaching for this like crazy. I have this all over the face. I think it just preps the skin so perfectly for makeup. It adds a little bit of coverage, but mostly just this luminosity that looks like it's coming from within the skin. I love the fact that it's from the drugstore, so you know, it kind of softens the blow of using a little bit more if you're wanting a little more coverage versus the Charlotte Tilbury one that does cost a little more. So sometimes I kind of ration that one subconsciously, but I've been really enjoying this and wanted to mention it because it actually has been something that I've been reaching for a lot. And I wasn't expecting that. I thought that I would just continue to reach for my Hollywood Flawless Filter, but clearly this is also an amazing product. A few months back, I think it was in the summer actually, I reviewed the new Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt collection. In that collection was the cream bronzer stick. However, in my favorites video after that, I think it was like my July favorites video, I had talked about the powder bronzer and the powder blush. And I just wasn't really using this as much. I liked it when I tried it, but I wasn't really using it like crazy. And now I'm using it like crazy. It's actually the bronzer that I have all over the face. I didn't add a powder bronzer today because I wanted you to be able to see what this looks like on its own. I did set it with powder, so it kind of toned it down just a little bit on the forehead, but this is such a beautiful product. It is a little bit more of, oops, there is the brush on the other side. I honestly don't really use the brush that much, but this is a little bit more of a warm tone, so it is a bronzer, more than like a contour stick, if that makes sense, but I really love it, and I find that every time I wear it, and I go upstairs and I look in natural light, I'm like, wait, my face looks really sculpted, but not overdone, and looks really lively. And then I've also like taken pictures up in natural light and noticed the same thing. It just really like shapes out my face in a very, very natural way. The tone and the texture is very natural. I love this, and I'm glad that I have kind of revisited it and used it over and over because I find that I really do love using this on its own. Ideally, I do love to pair it with the powder bronzer as well. I think they're amazing together, but wanted to make sure to mention this in this month's favorites. In the month of September, there were two eyeshadow palettes that just completely captured my whole heart, and I bought both of them. Actually, that's a lie. I bought one of them, the other was sent in PR, but the first one that I bought was the Pat McGrath, what's this called? The Mothership, I forget what number this is. You know how it's always like Roman numerals or whatever? Guys, I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's gonna be in the description box. I don't always fall head over heels for Pat McGrath color stories. It takes a special palette for me to jump in and buy a palette that's this pricey. Her palettes are $125, so something you really have to like think about before you press checkout on the website. But for me personally, I loved these two shades right here, and it had been a while since I saw a color story where like every single color was something that I feel like I would wear, and I have been really enjoying it. It's what I've got mostly on the eyes. I did dip into the next palette I'm going to talk about a little bit, but it's mostly what you see. Actually, the glitter topper is what you see. But anyway, point is, it's such a fun, beautiful palette. I've been really enjoying it, especially those two shades that I was initially most excited about. I actually did end up buying it with that Pat McGrath like glitter stick. What was it? not glitter stick. I'm just making stuff up right now. It's the Pat McGrath Intensifies Artistry Wand. That was nothing like a glitter stick, but this, it was like a little bit of a glue. So I actually bought it to go with that palette. And in my review video, I actually feel like this really did a good job at helping those glitter shades adhere a little better. So I wanted to mention that. That's not like officially my favorites video, just wanted to kind of add a side note for that one. I also reviewed the Natasha Denona Retro Palette more recently. I know I haven't used this for the entire month of September because again, I was out of town quite a bit, but it is such a beautiful palette. If you're somebody who is into these tones, you will love this. This is my favorite size of Natasha Denona palettes. It's $65 for a palette this size. You get so many beautiful shades and you get to experience the Natasha Denona formula. So if you're someone who's like me and you like to splurge on eyeshadow palettes specifically or just makeup in general and you're into this, I think you would really love it. I can't wait to keep making more looks with it. Let me know if you'd like to see more on my channel. But I was obsessed with the first look I created with it. I did a tutorial on it. I will actually link both videos, the Pat McGrath tutorial and also the Natasha Denona one. The retro palette, I did like this 60s inspired eye look and I was obsessed. So I'll have that link below if you want to see those two palettes in action. I'm going to backtrack a little bit because I realized I forgot to talk about a blush. So I actually bought this because of Kathleen Light's last monthly favorites video. It's from Anastasia and it is a cream blush in the shade Latte. I saw Kathleen talk about this and immediately was like, this seems like something that I would really enjoy. This is a beautiful kind of dusty pink cream blush. It is so flattering. If you are somebody who has more of a fair skin tone and you struggle finding everyday blushes, especially cream blushes that are very wearable and not too over the top, I think you would really enjoy this. I have personally really enjoyed it myself. It's the blush that I'm wearing today. It blends out beautifully over top of powders and over top of creams, obviously, as well. But yeah, I'm so glad that I picked this up. I don't think I own a cream blush quite this color. Most of my cream blushes, I think maybe because seasonally I reach for cream blushes more in like the spring and summer, so a lot of my cream blushes are brighter shades, where this one is more muted and I'm obsessed with it. I realized I also forgot another face product that I wanted to mention. This is one that like, just by looking at the product in the pan, I wasn't like, ooh, I'm super excited about this. It wasn't until I actually gave it a shot and wore it throughout the day, multiple days in a row, that I was like, wait a minute. Is that what my skin looks like? I kept catching myself in the reflection of my mirror upstairs, or again, if I was taking pictures on my phone and I turned my face, the glow was so beautiful on camera and I was like, okay, this is a really amazing product. It's this right here. It's from Persona Cosmetics. Persona Cosmetics is one of my favorite brands. I feel like Sona creates some of the best products. I love how they don't like overwhelm you with launches. Every time they launch something, it's very well thought out. The formulas are very nice. And so I was expecting to enjoy it, but like I said, let me show you. So this is the Highlight Multi-Stick in the shade Gold. It's more of like a clear balm, but you'll see what I mean. Like just by looking at it, it's not anything super special. Like, I don't know how to explain this. There are little gold flecks in it, which is really pretty, but what I'm trying to say is like, you know how sometimes there are stick highlighters and you open it, like the Hourglass one, for example. You open it up and you can see like it's a shimmery champagne color or it's like a shimmery gold or there's something. This doesn't have like a highlight color to it, if that makes sense, because it's more of a balm. Let me go ahead and swatch this on the back of my hand really quickly. So I'm just gonna kind of like put it all over and pat it in. So it's interesting because there are little gold flecks in there that do come off a little bit. I don't mind them. I don't feel like it's really distracting. How do I show this on camera? Is that effective? I don't know if you can really tell on camera because it is mostly a clear balm. I think what will be the most telling is like what it looks like on my face. So I'm wearing it as my highlight. The nice thing is you can layer this on top of a highlighter if you want, but I've noticed that like if I just kind of tap it into the high points of the face, it reflects as if I'm wearing a highlighter. It is so beautiful. It's one of those things that you just have to try to believe me, I feel like, because again, there's not like an actual color to it, I feel like. But the thing I love about this too is a little goes a long way. I don't find that it breaks up my makeup underneath. You do have to be gentle with it if you are wearing a powder underneath. So just be gentle pressing it on. I just use my fingertips and press it into my skin. But I love that this balm formula stays looking and feeling like a balm. It doesn't look greasy or it doesn't keep getting like worse throughout the day. It stays the same texture throughout the day and just, if anything, it like melts into the skin even more and looks more and more natural throughout the day. It's such a cool product. Really, really enjoyed it and wanted to make sure to mention it. Next up is a product that I have been watching like a hawk for more shades to come back in stock. I think this went viral on TikTok, and you know how it is with those products. They just like don't restock for months. And anyway, I tried this out. I bought this at Ulta. I wish I would have picked up a couple more shades, but it's the KVD Beauty Dazzle Stick in the shade Electrobolt. I initially wanted to try another shade first. This is what I have all over the eyes, by the way. This is basically like what you're seeing all over as far as the glitter goes. Let me swatch this for you as well. Oh my goodness, look at this. I mean, come on. I love how there's not really any fallout to it. The glitter is very intense. The way I like to apply it is just to tap it onto the lids, and it adheres really beautifully. It kind of has like a cooling feeling when you first apply it, and then it just dries down and stays all day. I really, really want to collect all of the colors, but again, most of them are sold out right now, so we'll just have to all be patient. I'm kind of kicking myself because I actually saw Nikki Makeup, I actually saw Nikki Makeup on Instagram talk about these like months before TikTok ever saw them. And there was a point where like I had them in my shopping cart and then I just never picked them up, and I'm like, oh, I should have, because now who knows when I'm going to be able to pick up those shades that I really want. So anyway, such a cool product. Really love it. I really hope that they restock. If you guys have any idea when they're restocking these, if you're like me and you're keeping an eye out, let us know in the comments so that we can all participate in said restock, because I really, really want to pick up more of those. All right, so next up, let's see here. I've got some lip products. I discovered such an amazing lip liner. This is a formula that I love so much from NYX. They have so many different colors in this lip pencil. I think it's called the Slim Lip Pencil. This is the shade Mauve. I have been wearing this non-stop since I found it. It's the perfect like mauve. I mean, that's just the perfect name for it because it really is just a straight up mauve. I love how it does have a little bit of a pink to it, I guess. I'm wearing this all over the lips. It's a color that when I'm applying it to my lips, to my bare lips, it almost blends in perfectly with my natural lip color, or at least like some of the colors in my lips. And I love that because it looks super natural and it just kind of like shapes out my lips on an everyday basis. I kind of line and fill in the lips with this and just leave it as is. So I'm obsessed with that. I've also been just loving this Colourpop Fresh Kiss Lip Creme. These are the 3 shades that I've been using the most, but if I had to pick one, I've actually been using Baby Doll the most. This is what I have all over the lips, and then I did layer in the shade 411 in the center and just kind of tapped it in. I feel like these 2 shades, 411 and BB Spice, are a little too light for me to wear all over the lips, but I do really enjoy them as like a center lip paired with this. Let me swatch all 3 for you. So Baby Doll is like just that nice mid-toned, almost peachy pink color. Looks very flattering on the lips. BB Spice is like a nice cool toned light pink, which I will swatch next to it. There's that right there. And then I think I like 411 a little better than BB Spice. I don't know. There's several shades in this. I can't wait to keep trying them and finding new colors to wear. But anyway, really loving this formula. So there's 411 right there. Now I'm wearing this one mixed with this one in the center. And I just think they're so beautiful. I think it's a perfect summer to fall transition shade. I know we're technically in fall now, but it's not a super drying formula, but it's not a super glossy formula. It's right in the middle. I feel like it dries down to the perfect like satin lipstick feel. It lasts really well throughout the day. It lasts through meals for me. Like I've eaten with this on and I feel like it wears well through that and then wears off really nicely and really effortlessly. So a huge fan of this formula. Again, can't wait to keep trying more of the colors. I've just been hooked on these 3 the most. Also, Summer Fridays makes one of my favorite lip balms, the Lip Butter Balm. It used to come in like a tin packaging, which a lot of people did not like I keep dropping stuff. A lot of people didn't like that tin packaging, but I personally didn't mind it. I felt like there was something like nostalgic and vintage about it. But anyways, most of the feedback they got, people didn't really enjoy it, so they relaunched the same formula in a new packaging, and when they relaunched, they added a tinted version of the balm. And I have been using that like crazy. So again, this is the tinted version. This is Vanilla Beige is the shade. It is such a beautiful everyday color. I had to go upstairs and grab this out of my purse because that's how much I've been wearing this on a daily basis. So yeah, you just get that really nice Summer Fridays hydrated feel to the lips. I love the formula. You can kind of see the tint. It's nothing too intense, which is why I love it, but it does add life to your lips when it's applied all over. So yeah, really wanted to mention that. It's been a go-to for me. It's been living in my purse because of that, and I really, really love the tinted version. I hope that they come out with more. I would love to see like a pink of some sort, something a little bit more rosy. I think that'd be so pretty to add to the collection. So Summer Fridays, I don't know if anyone from Summer Fridays is watching this, but just in case you are, please make a pink one. I would love it. Last but not least, I discovered a brow gel that I love. I wouldn't say that it replaces my Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter, but it is something that I've been reaching for quite a bit. It's the Patrick Ta Brow Gel. Let me see what this is called. Major Brow Lamination Gel. It's literally super glue. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. Let me see if I can show you. No, I don't want it to go out of focus. Hold on. Please. I'm trying to show my friends. Hopefully this works. I'm trying to show you. See how it like stuck together? I was trying to show you that. You know how when you're doing like a craft project with super glue and it's like you glue something down and then there's like the strings of glue that kind of float and come off of whatever you just glued? That's what happens to this. When you first pull this out, there's like a little super glue string sometimes, and that's basically what describes the formula for me, because it is super glue for your brows. It's what I've got in the brows right now. If you're somebody who loves that laminated look to your brows, but you can't find anything that like holds your brows in place all day, please try this out. It is so good. It does have a little bit more of a sticky formula, so you want to make sure that you do wipe off the excess product before you apply it to the brows. But once you do, oh my gosh, they're not moving anywhere. It's super glue for your brows, complete with the little glue strings. So really into that as well. Hold on, you guys. I have another favorite that fell on the floor and I almost forgot to share it. I wanted to mention the Swede Lashes and Nikki Makeup collaboration. These are the No Lash Lash. I had been hearing about these lashes for a long time in the makeup realm, especially with like the celebrity makeup artists that I follow. So speaking of Nikki Makeup again, because that's who I initially heard about the Dazzle Sticks from, this was her collaboration. I want to try more of her lashes, but this is what I had heard so many celebrity makeup artists say were like the best individual lashes. So like Sophia Tilbury, which is Charlotte Tilbury's niece, she's an incredible makeup artist. She loves these. Melissa Herkman loves these. Obviously, Nikki uses them all the time herself. So I finally picked them up and gave them a shot when I was on vacation earlier this month. I actually did a whole video where I showed you guys the makeup that I brought with me and then the go-to like glam look while I was on vacation. And I showed you how I applied these and I showed you how they look. I'm not wearing them today because I didn't have the time to like be able to sit down and plop these on, but if you want to see what they look like and a little bit more of an in-depth tutorial on them, I'll have that linked down below, the video link down below. But I've been so into this. I love having them in my collection. It's definitely one of the more pricey lashes that I own. I'm not somebody who wears false lashes often, and when I do, I usually reach for drugstore because I just don't wear them that often, but I am glad that I splurged a little bit on these because they are so beautiful and look very natural. Even though I do have long lashes, they just fill in the gaps and kind of make this really nice shape and little bit of like a fluff to the lashes. I don't know. They're really pretty, so I wanted to make sure to throw this in the video as well. I'm glad I didn't forget about that completely. I would have been so mad. So yeah, that completes my favorites for September. I would love to hear in the comments what you guys have been loving for September as well. I cannot wait to move into October and to continue to do some fall-inspired looks. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, let's just lift each other up today. In the comments, we could all use a little bit of positivity. And again, I'm sending my love and prayers to all of you right now, no matter what you're going through, and especially, you know, with Mel Thompson in our hearts and in our minds this week. I hope that we can all grow closer together through this and continue to just lift each other up and create more of a community here on YouTube. So yeah, if you're new here, hi, my name is Allie and I would love for you to join the family. You can do so by hitting the subscribe button, and if you're already a subscriber but you want to be notified on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, click on the bell after you subscribe and you'll get a notification every single time I post. That's it for me today. I hope you guys have an amazing day wherever you are, and I will see you in my next video. Love you. Bye.